Haiti earthquakes, devastation, more than 2,000 dead so far, they're saying. So it's going to this history on the BBC News, recent history on the. Well, there's a lot of history about Haiti actually. There was an earthquake in 2010, very suspect, or was it around 2010, 2009? Suspect. And we know the history on Toussaint Louverture, the freedom fighter. History. There's a lot of hidden history about Haiti. But that could be another video, we can get into that. Which I did do a video on Toussaint Louverture, the freedom fighter. I could do another video on that, but let's just catch up on what's happened here. It says more than 2,000 people have been left injured. 12,000 people have been left injured, and 332 are still missing after the 7.2 magnitude quake. Right. So Haiti, there's a lot of history in Haiti, but we're going to look at some precepts. It says Haiti officials estimate that there are 600,000 people in need of emergency assistance. The delivery of the aid has been further hampered by heavy rains brought this week by a tropical storms. The Haiti earthquake, right? So it's going in there. You wanna read up on this? It keeps on popping up in the news, but I got my suspicions. We know there's a lot of manipulation going on with the weather harp, and people have their own ideas. But I got my suspicions too. But we're gonna look at it from the scriptures, the scriptural angle. We know there's the Most High Yahweh Yahushua is opening up, and there's a judgment pouring out like water, and even among our own people. You got the floods. Now you got the floods over there in Haiti. You got the war. Well, it is a war. It is a war against the wicked. And ultimately, you ain't gonna get away. You're gonna go in there now with your aid, and your Red Cross. What's it saying about aid? The UN Children Fund says about 500,000 children have limited or no access to shelter, safe water, and food. So they're gonna go in there now with their pedos, and there's a whole heap of underground trafficking going on, organ trafficking. They're gonna go in there, and they're gonna Sleazy E is gonna do what he do with the Red Cross and all their so-called helpers, aid workers, UN fund. Sleazy E, the dirty dogs, gonna go in there and do what they do. And then ultimately they're going to get their judgment also. So don't think you're going to be looking at them pointing your finger, Sleazy E, and saying, now's the opportunity because you're opportunists. Let's get to a precept. It's all judgment from on high. Right? Exodus. Let's go to Exodus 1 and 10 says, come on. Exodus 1 and 10. Come on. Let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Yeah, that was Pharaoh's idea when it came to dealing with the children of Yasharallah. Back in the days of the Egyptians. Let us come on, deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they fall out, they was worried about if there's going to be a war. They're going to join with the enemies, all the outside nations, and come against Egypt. What do you think is going on here? They know the reputation, they know the history of Haiti. Yeah, so the history of Haiti is that there was a rebellious people in their eyes, and they fought against slavery. And I done a video on the so-called freedom fighter Toussaint Louverture, and I could do a future video on that in another lesson. Toussaint Louverture, the freedom fighter who fought he fought with his machete. He used subtlety, and he used a lot of their own subtlety against them. So and he was a fierce warrior. He ended up dying in the French dungeons. They starved him to death. He thought that he was going to get fair treatment. He thought that he plays fair. He don't play fair. He preys on the weak, the women and the children. That's who he preys on. You see. So we're well aware what we're dealing with, who we're dealing with. Let's look up the word. When they fall out any war, they join also unto our enemies. We're going to look up the word war, because this is nothing less than war, all out war against Haiti. And you think we ain't living in a war now? All you got to do is look at the news, man, and look at the subtlety of E, which I done a video on that. Beware of the subtlety of sleazy E. War. Let's look at the word war. Ain't nothing less than all out war against the Haitians. Since the time they haven't been allowed to recover. Even they was visiting over there. A lot of this, the visitors were saying that from the time they stepped in and looked at Haiti, they haven't recovered from the earthquake over there in 2010. 2009 or 2010. The place is devastated, poor. So let's look at this word, battle, war, in a nutshell. Right, in the sense of fighting a battle, engagement. So there's so many precepts. We just tapped in the word war. Let's go to another example. Better example. War. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, look at Exodus chapter 15, 2 verses 3. Yahweh Yahushai is a man of war. Let's hear what he says here.
Strong's H 4421. Milchama. Milchama.
I'll tell you what, to get a bit of a all-rounded understanding, let's go to Google first and then come back to the blue letter. War, right? The state of armed conflict between different countries or different groups within a country. Conflict, warfare, combat, fighting, struggle. Right, the Taliban over there now in the Afghans, and they wanna get out of there, man. They know the women. They were talking about women's rights. Can women be involved in politics? One of the newscasters was saying, is there going to be equal rights now over there? Now Taliban's over there, in Afghan. He said, is there going to be? He asked the question, is there going to be women to be allowed in politics? He burst out laughing, man. You know that's folly. That's right. I agree with that. Equal rights. You see? So that's what's happening now over there with the Taliban over there in Afghan. All those that had peace deals and peace agreements with America, they now know that they're in danger. Now the Taliban's over there, and their lives are in the red, trying to flee Afghan, trying to jump on the US US planes to get out of there, standing around the airport. And there was an incident, what happened when they was all trying to climb on the plane and they dropped off. It's all on the a lot of it is on the news, and you're going to have a lot of it on the social media. So that was war. Google the etymology: large scale military conflict, from Old French wear, difficulty, dispute, hostility, fight, combat, war in the etymology. So you see this is war on Haiti, and they haven't been let to flourish. They haven't been left alone to flourish, because that's the biggest fear of you slave masters up until this very day. That's your biggest fear after what happened with Toussaint Louverture. I might do another video on that. But yeah, I did a video on Toussaint Louverture, the Haiti revolutionists. So let's get back to the meaning of war in the blue letter. What is it saying? This doesn't have to be a long video, right? Same thing. Battle. The sense of fighting a battle, an engagement, right? So this is all out war against the Haitians. The Most High Yahweh Yahushai is a man of war. So this is what you're seeing. Nothing less, which is been allowed by the Most High Yahweh Yahushai, because they have to be punished. It's actually, and I would say it's a mercy killing. All those people that recently died already, they know who they are now. They're no more ignorant to that they're of the children of Yahshua Allah, the Israelites. Yeah, they're amongst the Israelites for the most part, and they know now that they're the children of Yahshua Allah. So yeah, the Most High is a man of war. But all your tricks, what you've been up to, we know you're going to go over there now and do what you do, sleazy Exodus 1:10 says, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when they fall out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. You're dealing wisely with them, and you're bringing your war. But the Most High, Jehovah Yahushai, is a master chess player. He's the master chess player, and he's the true man of war. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war, or Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh thy power is his name. I'm going to leave it there until the next one. Shalom to all the sincere Akim, and everything the wicked have done to us is now falling upon their own head.